Hi, this is Dan Wheatley doing his vlog for the Media Immersion. Yeah, basically, when I began the Media Fast, I found it really difficult. For a start off, not even knowing what time it was, that was very, very strange. Um, Not being able to keep track of the day was alien to me. I felt lost, really lost, just from not knowing what time it was. It was very weird. I had to ask friends what time it was, and that felt a very strange sensation to have to go to someone else in order to know what time of day we're up to, what everyone's up to next, and very weird. I couldn't even set an alarm, um, obviously because of on my phone. So it just I didn't know what time I was waking up, what time I was going to bed. It was very weird, very very strange. I encountered like loads of problems, even on the first sort of half an hour of my day on the media fast day. Um, for a start off, getting dressed, like in Graham's block, obviously he talks about subcultures and then stylist bricolage and like so how I dress can mediate something to other people. So I was like, oh no, uh, what do I wear, or do I not wear anything? And I thought being naked would probably put across a bit too much of a uh, statement. So yeah, I decided on clothes. I thought Adam wouldn't appreciate us walking around naked, so I went with clothes. And then even just going down, I get catered food, so even going down to the catering hall, that was a really big challenge because there's TVs all around. There's even like just the posters and the advertising for the catering itself. It was mad. It was so hard to um, seclude myself as well. Try and prevent myself from looking at anything that could mediate something. To be honest, I feel in an environment like that, it's almost impossible to avoid it totally. Because even on my walk there, I only walked down a little bit of the spine, but there were posters everywhere littering the spine, and then there was stuff up in County's bar, advertising all sorts, um, all mediating stuff to me, which I hadn't really noticed before. It never really crosses my mind. But once I was fasting and realised I had to avoid it, it was quite incredible to realise how much things mediate to you every day, just as you're on your daily sort of route. Um, Going throughout the day, I just found it really difficult. I felt really disconnected. Like Adam said to us in the lectures about an extension of yourself. I found it really rang true. Um, I felt like I couldn't put myself sort of out there as much. I couldn't interact as much, um, obviously, but I felt a real disconnection. Like a part of me was missing, in a sense. Only when my friends were around was I able to sort of interact, and but that was rare. They weren't about much on the day I did it, unfortunately. So I felt really quite alone. But at the same time, I felt I had a lot of time to myself, time to think. The day did feel slower. It was a slower pace. I didn't have something to keep me occupied all the time. I had to find things to do. Um, yeah, it was a very interesting experience. I see why Adam got us to do it. Not that I'd do it again, no offence. But yeah, it was really, really interesting to fast. And then my immersion the next day, that was just as valuable, I'd say, because you do realise just how much media plays a role in your daily life. The immersion really brings that to the fore, and like I realised just how much I depend on media. Like again, within the first half hour of my day, the contrasts are so like ridiculous. I had an alarm to wake me up. I knew what time it was throughout the day. Within the first half hour, I think I'd checked about 4 or 5 different apps on my phone. I've been on my laptop. I checked my emails. I've got posters on my wall. all sorts. Played some music. That was all within about half an hour, 45 minutes of getting up. And that was, I couldn't believe how much I depended on it. And also the day felt much quicker pace than it did on the fast. So it's like really interesting to see how media plays such a role in our day-to-day activity. I didn't really notice it before. Just going around my daily routine, usually, that doesn't really strike me. It's just a way of life. It's ingrained, really. But now I've really noticed how it can have this sort of effect, and how saturated we are. In the readings we did about saturated self and Gergen's sort of idea, it really, really came to the front of my mind. I was like, wow, I see what he was saying now. We are so bombarded by things, you can't escape them. I'd say in a urban environment or a social environment, you just can't avoid media. There's always some sort of media surrounding you. I did my best in the fast, but in fact, no, I definitely didn't avoid media all day. It was almost impossible, I felt. It was a very interesting experience. Through my immersion, I was very interested to see how things I take for granted every day really mediate some sort of message. Just going down to my college bar, there's so many forms of media just that hit you as you walk in, both digital, analog, all sorts. The radio's playing, TVs are on, stuff on the walls, advertisements, even the brandings of the drinks, brandings of all sorts. It was very eye-opening. But I have to say, the experience as a whole was worth doing, definitely. I see why Adam did it. Made me understand a lot more theory than I probably would have done. I wouldn't do it again, as I said earlier. It was a struggle, a massive struggle. I really found it tough to get through the whole day. But yeah, it was very interesting, and yeah, I'm glad I did it, and yeah, made me realise just how influential media is in our day-to-day lives, and how we use it, and how we utilise it, and how other people utilise it. So yeah, thank you.